Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to one and all. Widely observed in various parts of the globe, World Space Week is an international celebration of science and technology and their contribution to the betterment of human condition. During this week, celebrated each year with a theme declared by UN, space education and outreach events are organized by space agencies, aerospace companies, schools, planetaria, museums, and astronomy clubs around the globe. Our world has traversed great lengths in space science and technology, and today, women have emerged to be among the greatest contributors in space and STEM research. VSSC, IISU, and LPSC joins the largest space event on Earth to celebrate the theme for the year 2021, Women in Space. This year, the world wishes to commemorate women for their invaluable contributions in space research, from building its foundation to developing breakthroughs in space technology. May I request Dr. S. Geeta, Chairperson, World Space Week Steering Committee, to escort the dignitaries onto the dais. Today, with this inaugural session, we set in motion a series of events across the state of Kerala. Let us begin this program with an invocation. I call on stage Srimati Kalyani Vishnu.
Vandanam Sanatana Vikaswara Sundara Prapanjadi Kandamam Prabhavame. Ninnil nee kurukkunnu, ninnil nee vidarunnu, nin nisargavishkara kautukamanadhyandam. Ninnile sargatmaga sankalpa chaitanyattal minnunnu tudikkunnu nakshatra sahasrangal. Ninvikasattin parinahame mahakasham ninvikaswaraशीலம் മാത്രമാണല്ലോ കാലം. എത്രയോ കഴിഞ്ഞു പോയി സങ്കോചവികാസങ്ങൾ, എത്രയാവർത്തിച്ചാലും അവിരാമമീ സ്പന്ദം. വന്ദനം സനാതനനുക്ഷണ വികസ്വര സുന്ദര പ്രപഞ്ചാദി കന്ദമാം പ്രഭാവമേ. വന്ദനം.
Thank you, Kalyani. Dr. S. Geeta, Chairperson of Steering Committee World Space Week 2021, is the Program Director of Space Transportation Systems in VSSC. She has contributed immensely to all the launch vehicle missions of ISRO for over the past 3 decades and has been instrumental in stringing together this event into a meaningful whole. May I humbly invite Dr. Geeta to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning. Respected Chief Guest of the function, Dr. V.P. Joy, Chief Secretary, Kerala, Director VSSC, LPSC, IASU, Chief Controller VSSC, Deputy Director MSA, other dignitaries present in this function both on and offline, JCM representatives, and my dear colleagues, a very good morning to all of you. World Space Week is a celebration of science, specifically space science and technology. We, the centers of ISRO in Thiruvananthapuram, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Liquid Propulsion System Center, and ISRO Inertial Systems Unit have been celebrating this for the past 20 years. The week-long celebration held from 4th October to 10th October, commemorating 2 major events in the annals of space history, targets to enlighten general public about the benefits of the space science and exploration, with a special focus on school children, kindling their interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Every year, the celebration is on a specific theme. Last year, the theme was Satellites Improves Life. And this year, the theme is Women in Space. Very relevant in these days when we are recognizing and portraying contributions of women for the betterment of human life. with every available opportunity. Let me now focus on my assigned task. We are fortunate to have with us Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, Chief Secretary, Kerala, who after scaling much heights and after adorning many coveted designations in his 34 years of civil service career, is even now proud to share with you that he started his career as an engineer in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram. Dr. Joy accepted our invitation without any hesitation. We are filled with immense joy and pride on his affection to our organization. He is also well known in the literary field as Joy Varil. It is my honor to welcome Dr. Joy, IAS, Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala, to the inaugural function of World Space Week celebrations in VSSC. Shri S. Somnath, Director VSSC, as we all know, is at core a mechanical engineer of utmost skill, a vehicle and systems engineer par excellence, and was one of the main architects of the most modern and capable Mark III launch vehicle of ISRO, which is slated for human rating and Gaganyaan mission. Director VSSC was our patron and guide for conceiving, conceptualizing, planning, and execution of the multitude of programs which form part of this year's World Space Week. With immense pleasure, I welcome you, sir, for this function. Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, is the man behind our country acquiring the closely guarded and coveted cryotechnology, a propulsion system experts of prominence. Under Dr. Narayanan's guidance and patronage, 2 types of cryogenic engines and stages are now in our hands. Dr. Narayanan was supporting us in all ways for the smooth and successful conduct of this year's World Space Week celebrations. On behalf of the steering committee and my own personal behalf, I humbly welcome you, sir. Dr. D. Samdayal Dev, Director IASU, is the name synonymous with Advanced Inertial Navigation System. Under his astute leadership, the ISRO Inertial Systems unit is galloping with tremendous speed towards more glory by turning out more accurate sensors, more complex algorithms, all leading to more effective and accurate systems. He extended wholehearted support to us during the course of this year's World Space Week. It is my privilege to welcome you, sir, for this function. It was our intense desire to have an international figure of repute addressing us during the inaugural session of this year's World Space Week. We presented this to our Director VSSC, and with his effort, we are graced with a recorded address by none other than Professor Pascal Ehrenhut, the President of International Space University and International Astronautical Federation. Paying tribute to this year's theme, Women in Space, we are fortunate to have this big ambassador of women in space who has contributed 3 decades to the ESA and NASA astronomy and planetary missions, and was also the chair of the executive board of the German Aerospace Center, DLR. I place on record my sincere appreciation to her magnificent gesture and welcome her to this wonderful gathering. We also have with us Dr. Biju Jacob, IA and AS, Chief Controller VSSC, and Sri N. Vinod Kumar, Deputy Director MSA VSSC. They have been of constant support to us all the time. On my behalf and on behalf of the steering committee, I extend warm welcome to you, sirs. I also welcome Sri Robin VT, Convener Steering Committee. It is my duty and privilege to welcome the council members of VSSC, LPSC and IASU, JCM representatives, members of the steering and functional committees, and all those who are witnessing this function in virtual platforms. A warm welcome to you all. A function of this grandeur is possible only with the support of many, the administrative and auxiliary divisions, medical, CISF, transport, network, photo and video teams, and host of others who are here to make this function a grand success. I welcome all of you on my behalf and on behalf of the steering committee. Let us have a wonderful World Space Week. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Shri N. Vinod Kumar, Deputy Director, Management Systems Area, VSSC, to apprise the gathering with the program summary.
Respected Dr. VP Joy AAS, Chief Secretary Kerala, Sri S. Somnath, Director VSSC, Dr. V. Narayan, Director LPSC, Dr. Samdayal Dev, Director IASU, Dr. Biju Jacob, Chief Controller VSSC, Dr. Geeta, Chairperson Steering Committee World Space Week, and all my dear colleagues. A very pleasant good morning to all of you. I am here to give a short briefing about this year's World Space Week. As it's already mentioned, World Space Week is the largest event celebrated in more than 96 nations with thousands of events globally. These are all synchronized to provide an impactful public awareness on the contribution of space and technology for the betterment of humanity. It's a week-long celebration from October 4th to 10th every year. These dates commemorate two important events. 4th of October 1957, on that day, the first ever man-made satellite Sputnik 1 was successfully launched. And 10th October, that was in 1967, marks the signing of UN Treaty in Space Exploration and Peaceful Uses, which is also known as the Magna Carta of Space. Coming to this year, 2021, as in the previous years, this year too we have big plans for the World Space Week. Starting today, VSSC, LPSC and IASU are jointly conducting programs, events and activities across Kerala throughout the week, specifically focusing on students and also the general public. Considering the current scenario with COVID-19 pandemic still around, we have designed safe yet exciting ways to celebrate the event by enabling participation on a virtual mode. First, for the student community, we have a lecture at school program which will be handled by several resource persons from ISRO. Online lecture sessions are planned at schools from all districts of Kerala. I am happy to report that more than 500 schools have already registered for the program. An all Kerala inter-school painting competition was held last weekend, that is Saturday, Sunday, with a whopping registration of 13,500 students. An elocution competition of students is also scheduled this week. To convey the importance and relevance of space technology to the common man, a virtual open house is planned tomorrow at VSSC, again through video conference mode. Lectures and interactive sessions are also planned as part of this program. Another couple of events which we have introduced this year are the Space Habitat Challenge and Astrophotography Contest. Both these programs are aimed at igniting enthusiasm in young minds to explore the world of space. In addition to these events, a host of talk shows and interviews are planned through visual media and radio to reach out to the larger audience. We are also airing space-related programs through Victor's channel so that the student community gets really benefited. This covers the overall program summary, and before I close, I would like to share a quote on the theme of this year, Women in Space. A bird cannot fly with one wing alone. Human spaceflight cannot develop any further without the active participation of women. This was well said by none other than the first woman in space, the legendary Valentina Tereshkova. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Shall we all now tune in to this curtain raiser video on World Space Week? Shri S. Somnath, distinguished scientist and director VSSC, is a prominent expert in the field of space transportation systems. He is a multifaceted personality and an efficient leader who has proved his mettle in all frontiers of launch vehicle technology. Sir has been a guiding force at each step of this elaborate event. I humbly request Shri S. Somnath to deliver the presidential address.
Dr. V.P. Joy, the Honorable Chief Secretary of Kerala State, Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, Dr. Samdayaladev, Director IASU, Dr. Biju Jacob, INDAS Chief Controller VSSC, Sri N. Vinod Kumar, Dr. Geeta, Robin, and all the MC members of VSSC, LPSC, IASU, and all the invited guests, all those who are listening to this program, my good morning to all of you once again. So we are having a formal inauguration of the World Space Week celebration this year. In spite of the COVID situation that is prevailing all over, we are conducting this program physically, being present in this hall, following all the COVID protocols and norms. So sorry for all those most interesting people who are supposed to attend this program, the students of our school and all those invited people who used to come to this place for inaugural ceremonies that we used to conduct in the previous years. Nevertheless, we are having this program in this online mode with the presence of a very important person, Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, who is the Chief Secretary of Kerala. I'm particularly very happy to have him here today. First being a person who joined along with me in this institution on the same day as an engineer of the earlier erstwhile Control Guidance Group, who did some pioneering work on the design of the PSLV at that time in the software side. In fact, I didn't know what he was doing at that time. Now only I got clarified. It is the guidance algorithm and the software he was designing. But in a few years of time that he left for his civil service job, I believe this is his second coming to this VSSC. And I heartily welcome you, Dr. Joy, for being here with us as part of this World Space Week celebration. The World Space Week celebration is, as already been mentioned, is the largest global event to bring awareness about space and the space technology provides to the humanity. As all of us know, space technology is something that always enthuses young minds, especially those who are interested in science, mathematics. Space naturally creates that type of inquisitiveness, enthusiasm in young minds, because it always eludes us. It always gives us that type of lack of understanding that you want to explore further, unlike other modes of science, of technology. You are always worried how we came about, what is our future, how this whole universe took shape in this form. No, really, these are the type of questions that happens in the young minds. And the purpose of this World Space celebration is actually to rekindle that type of inquisitiveness, the type of interest in space technology, so that we move a larger segment of the society, especially youngsters, towards the most important aspect of human nature, to explore science and then learn science and to be more scientifically oriented. I think this is the whole purpose of Space Week, and not really to bring all of them to a space program to ISRO. I think that is not the real purpose of it. I believe the type of activities that we are doing in organizations like Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and other centers of ISRO on propagating this knowledge and skill in space technology, and also to convey that working in space is really very, very interesting. And it is more interesting to work in science, learn science, and to be scientifically oriented. This year's World Space Week is having a theme, Women in Space. and it is a very relevant theme. Every year there used to be a theme in World Space Week, as we have already seen. Ever since we started celebrating it, we used to have a theme decided by the World Space Week organization, and this year happened to be the theme being Women in Space. And the whole program, most of the programs are oriented towards that, and we made sure that this year's World Space Week celebration team is mostly managed by the women folks of VSSC, LPSC, and IASU. Also, the chair of this organizing committee today is Dr. Geeta, who is also a renowned space scientist. And she is also supported by many other eminent women who are contributing their might in making our programs work very well. We all realize that in this organization, the women representation is not that very high, typically stands at around 18 to 20% in the technical side. And if you take the non-technical also into account, it may reach almost 21, 22%, not more than that. And it is our endeavor in Indian Space Research Organization, while recruiting our scientists or engineers, we made it very, very clear in our advertisement itself that we prefer to have more women in our organization, and our recruitment approach itself is oriented towards to have more preferential treatment, though it cannot be told like that, is towards women. And we are also seeing in the recent times the number of women employees is on the rise, especially in the technical side, and it must be due to the type of educational system reforms that is happening outside. It's not because of ISRO alone that there are more women coming into the domains of technology, science, and management, and they are really doing very well. As we have seen, we have very senior women scientists who have taken positions of deputy directors, project directors in ISRO, leading one of the major programs like Chandrayaan and other very significant accomplishments. Of course, we are looking for towards maybe in few years of time taking some of the leadership of Indian Space Research Organization also by some eminent women scientists. I think those days are not far away. Today, we have also looking at globally, the participation of women in space program has been definitely on the rise. Especially Indian origin women working in space program world over also has been really looked upon and well recognized, and we also see their participation very strongly in various domains of space, science, and technology. I think this is a welcome thing to happen. And to us in this program, the most important part is to convey this message to the public, especially the girl students, to make sure that they have those who have the real flair to learn science and technology, and also to choose a career of their own, especially in the domain of science and technology, teaching or research or education. They must pursue that passion and try to achieve their goals, even under those difficult circumstances that still prevails in our society. I think this is the message that we need to tell by showcasing some of the women scientists who are working in ISRO, those who are contributing in various domains, not only in space, but also in other domains of science and technology. I think this is the thing that we can do today while celebrating this World Space Week program. I also want to thank the organizing committee headed by Dr. Geeta in putting forth a very, very excellent program. Last week onwards, that has been really going on very well. The websites of ours has had a wonderful, really good hit numbers. And also the Facebook page that has been brought out by the organizing team, which also reflects the type of interest, the public interest in this program. The competitions that has been offered to the students and the public has been really been well received. In fact, some of the programs that we have going to have in this coming week are really some of the record-breaking registrations that has really happened. Also want to thank the public outreach team in terms of the type of artistic outbursts that really happened. Also the videos that has been created to enthuse public, they are all really towards the better side of the program to become more popular. So I want to thank all of you for putting forth your best efforts to keep this program going on very well. keep it going. It is we have been working in this organization not only building rockets but also building the next generation of people. In showcasing what the organization is doing, also to show ourselves as a motivating team for the future, motivating team to show the public that we do care about the public. We do work in the space program for meeting the national goals. I think these type of messages we need to convey, we need to speak to the public because we live on public money. I think this message is also well taken, and all of you have put your best effort even while you are working on constrained conditions in this organization to meet our organizational goals, but find a lot of extra time and effort on your holidays and weekends to put forth all these programs together. My congratulations to all of you, and I look forward to the public who are, especially the students who are watching this program, to take keen interest in this, look at all what is going to happen in the coming weeks, then follow it, also to keep connection with the organization like Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. We are here to help you, guide you, and show you what is possible in space and other forms of science and technology activities that is happening in this country. So let me thank you today for being here, and look forward to the address by our chief guest and other senior scientists who are on the dais today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I request Shri Harish CS, Group Director, TTDG, to introduce our chief guest to the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. VP Joy IAS, Director VSSC, Director LPSC, Director ISU, Chief Controller VSC, Dr. Geeta, Sri Vinod Kumar, dignitaries on and off the dais, and my dear friends. A warm good morning to all of you. It is my pride and privilege to introduce Dr. Joy Vaഴയിൽ, IAS, fondly called as Dr. VP Joy, Chief Secretary Kerala, an extraordinary individual who has left indelible marks on several senior level administrative and managerial posts in Kerala as well as central government by key policy decisions and implementations. Dr. Joy is a complete man. He has always excelled in all fields that he has set his interest in, and there are many. Right from his school days, he was a topper. He was the first rank holder in electronics and communication engineering and soon joined our organization, the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, in 1985. Later in 1987, he chose IAS and civil service as his future path for serving the nation. In the course of his career lasting more than 34 years, Dr. Joy has held several distinguished positions, including in district administration, as secretary to various government departments, as director of several Indian companies, notable being National Thermal Power Corporation, Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited, KSCB, KWA, etc. The studious and erudite person he is, Dr. Joy never stopped learning and was acquiring more and more educational credentials despite his very busy commitments to various offices he adorned. He holds an MBA from University of Birmingham, UK, MPhil from University of Punjab, and PhD from IIT Delhi. His MPhil and PhD were concentrating on the need of the hour, strategies for mitigating climate change. He is a committed scholar and has several research papers to his credit in international journals under the name Vaഴയിൽ JP, another way of naming the same person. In addition, he has published 3 books in English and 9 books in Malayalam, which includes novels and poetry. His book, Limits and Limitations of the Human Mind, is worthy of special mention here to this August gathering. He has received many awards, among which the S.K. Pottukat Award, Parshiraja Sahitya Pratibha Puruskaram, and Akshaya Literary Award for his literary works, and the Literati Network Award for excellence for his research paper are worth mentioning here. Long back, when he was Director of Public Instruction Kerala, he told in a very private meeting that we should never make the mark of fail on a student in secondary school leaving certificate. He said that if a student is getting branded as a failure, he will never get a chance to come up. He introduced a system of grading in Kerala, and now there are no failed students coming out of Kerala government schools. All are worthy individuals. With his life and mission, Dr. Joy is spreading this message. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation to be part of this function. Thank you all.
It is my pleasure to invite Dr. VP Joy, IAS, for inaugurating the World Space Week 2021 celebrations by lighting the lamp. May I request all dignitaries on the dais to join.
my distinguished friends and colleagues of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, headed by its director, Shri S. Somnath, Director LPSC, Dr. V. Narayanan, Dr. D. Samdayala Dev, Shri N. Vinod Kumar, Dr. Biju Jacob, and Shri Robin, Dr. Geeta, all other distinguished friends who have gathered here. I am extremely delighted to be with you after a long period of 34 years to be part of this World Space Week celebrations. As we all know, United Nations started this celebration as a celebration of science and technology, and also how this can do betterment of the human condition. When we celebrate this occasion, science and technology is to be thought of as a matter, as a field for the improvement of our society by inculcating appropriate scientific spirit and the quest for scientific knowledge and outlook among the people. This year it is being celebrated with the theme Women in Space. We are happy that there are several distinguished women from India who are making their mark in the area of space science and technology in general. And many of them hail from this esteemed institution, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. This institution and our Department of Space, formerly headed by our great scientist, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, won name and fame for our country in the international arena. This year, we are celebrating this Science Week in the backdrop of the demise of one of our outstanding scientists, Dr. Thanu Padmanabhan, who made wonderful contributions in the field of astrophysics and cosmology. His contributions made him a great pioneer in a new way of interpreting the cosmic structures which we find today. The traditional way of looking at gravity from the continuum theories pioneered by Einstein in 1960, general theory of relativity, he took a break and suggested gravity as an emergent property of space-time. And the earlier thermodynamical kind of view of interpretation was applied to interpret gravity to have a new path in the area of physics and astrophysics. We are very proud of his contributions, and we are very sorry that such a great, outstanding scientist has been taken away from us. Now, when we look at science and technology, especially space science, the view of universe has always been intriguing and interesting for all people of all ages, especially for children. I am happy to note that several children are seeing our program, and they used to be part of this program over several years. The curiosity which the universe brings to our attention. And of course, Carl Sagan, the great scientific writer, he said that he wrote in his book, The Pale Blue Dot, the view of Earth as a small pale blue dot from the farthest dimensions, from the picture which was made by Voyager 1, where Earth appears as a small dot from 6 billion kilometers away. It instills a sense of where we stand in the universal scheme of things, where humans stand. That is why he wrote that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. So if at all we have to have some humble view of ourselves in the universe, we need to have a look at astronomy, how vast it is, how complex it is, and where we are amidst this extreme complexity which are perhaps beyond all kind of human imagination and all kind of human capabilities of understanding. Now, looking at the space, looking at our universe, gives us this sense of where we are in space and time. At the same time, though our knowledge may be limited, however limited it is, we have our own significance in this universal scheme of things. If we take the time period, 13.7 billion years when our universe formed in Big Bang, 13.7 billion years ago, Carl Sagan himself drew up the cosmic calendar, where he compared 13.7 billion years to 1 year and said that the Milky Way galaxy was formed on 15th of March and solar system came on 31st of August. And the first life forms, which are single cellular organisms, came on the 5th of December. And then there was proliferation of life forms in the form of Cambrian explosion. And on 17th of December, fish started swimming in the ocean. And on 25th of December came the great extinction, so-called Permian extinction, which happened around 445 million years ago. And 26th of December, mammals came. And 26th of December, birds came, and then mammals, 27th of December. And on 31st December at 6 a.m. came the apes. 31st December, 1 hour 36 minutes to 12 p.m. came the primitive humans. And 8 minutes to 12 p.m. on 31st December came the modern humans. And 28 seconds to 12 p.m. on 31st December came the agriculture. People started doing agriculture, 28 seconds. 13 seconds to 12 p.m. on 31st December, we started writing. 6 seconds to 12 p.m. on 31st December, the axial age came where all religions were formed. And 1 second to 12 p.m. on 31st December, the science and technology evolved. That is a time scale, and it marks where science and technology stands in the universal time scale, where the scale is 400 years to 1 second, wherein the dinosaurs which became extinct 65 million years ago happened on 30th December of the year, 6 a.m. So in this vast expansion of time, we are relatively very, very late, and our science and technology is very imbecile, very small. But still, it is the only thing we have. That is what Einstein said. Our science and technology may be very minuscule in this vast complexity, but that is the only thing we have in terms of looking at things, to comprehend things, to understand things, and therefore it is important. That is why it has been said that we are made of star stuff, and in any place, for human beings to be born, a star must have lived and died. Then only these elements which form our body, which have been cooked in the interstellar or within the heart of a star, those elements make us. So unless a star lived and died, no human being could have been possible. Therefore, we are a way of knowing the universe. Human beings is, for the universe, human beings is the only way of knowing itself. Therefore, and our understanding is very, very important. In the time scale, we may be so fractional or momentary beings. So is the case in the scale of space, where light takes 8 minutes to reach us. But at the same time, if we go ahead further in our galaxy, there are 100 to 400 billion stars, Milky Way galaxy. There are at least 84 galaxies in our local group. Our galaxy itself is 1 lakh light years old. To cross our galaxy, light will take 1 lakh years. So the light which takes 8 minutes to come to Earth from the sun takes 1 lakh years to cross our galactic space. And then when it goes to the entire local group, it takes 10 million years to cross our local group. Then it goes to our local cluster. To cross it, it will take 110 million light years. So the kind of spaces which we are dealing with, when we look at such a staggering, terrifying universe, so the kind of space is immense, and the space which we deal with are nothing compared to this kind of universal complexity. So in this vast expanse of space and time, we exist. But still, it was mentioned by none other than Immanuel Kant that two things owe me most: the starry heavens above and the moral law within. So there are equally awful, awesome things. One is the starry heavens above. Equally awesome is the moral law which a human being has within himself. So that is also a great wonder of this universe. So where we stand in this universal scheme of things definitely is a humbling and character building experience which is very, very important in any educational curriculum. For its own sake, if we find values or character or the approach to life itself is important in education, then learning of astrophysics or science becomes very, very valuable by its inherent purpose, not only by the utility which it may bring in a practical sense, but in the kind of awareness and understanding which it will bring forth in young minds. Therefore, it becomes very, very important. This has been celebrated by poets. This greatness, John Milton wrote, "Wonderful indeed are all his works, pleasant to know and worthiest to be all, had in remembrance always with light. But what created mind can comprehend their number or the wisdom which brought them forth?" This is what he wrote. Even in our Malayalam poetry, you must have heard our Nalapat Narayana Menon wrote, "Anandavajnadam avarnaniyam ee logagolam tiriyunna margam adingalengand oridathirunnu nokkunna martyan katha endu kandu." This great Big Bang from which all this started, where all the first so-called era of quantum gravity, the period from 0 to 10 raised to minus 43 seconds of time, which nobody knows what it is, no theory can explain. All the four forces were unified together, and no explanation, all theories, human theories, break down at that period. What was the nature of matter? Because there was no matter. What was the nature of energy? Because there was no energy. Everything was in a kind of quantum form or a super space-time or whatever it is called. So that kind of immensity from which our universe evolved has also been the subject of great speculation, and people have wondered where all these phenomena came and where we are going, where we are headed. So this view of the universe which the study of science and technology brings is very, very important. But within the rational space which we have got, though it may be small, we need to structure our societies with a scientific spirit. That is the whole idea of celebrating Space Week. How much scientific spirit and scientific awareness is there among human beings. Once Professor Thanu Padmanabhan said that it is very easy to create scientific knowledge, but very difficult to create scientific spirit, scientific awareness. Because knowledge is one thing, and imbibing the spirit is another thing. People who have knowledge, many a time, we find that they themselves are not able to imbibe the scientific spirit in their life. Many a time, in matters of life, in matters of society, people are seen to be keeping away their logic and the scientific spirit and approaching life from superstition, from various other irrational points of view. This is seen in society at large, and this is seen even in matters related to women. This theme is women in space. We see in our today's society, we see child marriages, we see female infanticide, we see female illiteracy, and several other problems, issues in society which affect the creation of a wonderful society as exemplified in our constitution. So a scientific spirit is very, very important. It is not only a constitutional mandate, constitutional virtue that we should try to imbibe the spirit and try to spread it among all the people in society. But at the same time, this is the origin from which a wonderful, good society, a livable society can be evolved in the 21st century. So science may be, in terms of its knowledge, it may be limited, it may be imbecile, it may be in its childhood, but that being the only spark of rationality, which is very, very important for dispelling the darkness of ignorance and prejudice and creating a society with enlightenment and understanding. Science is very important in the young generation, and scientific spirit is more important. So while learning science, how do we learn with a purpose? How to fashion and mold our minds in a thinking, with a thinking hat? How to imbibe understanding by looking at evidence? These are things which must form part of curriculum, and science should be taught in such a manner that our new generation comes up with a very good understanding of where they are in the universal scheme of things and what the mission of human life is. I am extremely happy that VSSC has chosen to celebrate World Space Week in a befitting manner by involving all the students, and I am also happy that VSSC continues to be the greatest institution in our state, leading the development of cutting technology, and all the scientists here are models for our young generation to follow. I wish each one of you all success in your endeavors, and wish and hope that your projects, your activities will bring greater laurels to our country in the times to come. Once again, thanking the organizing committee for inviting me for this inaugural. I would like to inaugurate the Space Week celebrations of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your very inspiring and motivating words. I invite our director, Shri S. Somnath, to present a memento to Dr. V.P. Joy IAS as a token of our love and respect. Dr. V. Narayanan, Director of Liquid Propulsion Systems Center, is a technocrat par excellence. He is leading the energetic liquid propulsion team, aiming at more promising and exciting developments, including semi-cryo and advanced spacecraft propulsion options. May I invite Dr. V. Narayanan to felicitate the gathering.
Director VSSC Somnath sir, who is presiding over this function. Chief guest of the function, Mr. V.P. Joy, Chief Secretary to Government of Kerala, who just now inaugurated the World Space Week 2021. Professor Pascal, President IAF and President ISU, Director IASU, Mr. Dr. Sam Dewal Dev, Chief Controller, Dr. Biju Jacob, Dr. Geeta, Dr. Vinod Kumar. My dear friends, very, very good morning to all of you. I am very much privileged to be part of this very, very important inaugural function of World Space Week 2021, which opens the doors for this year's World Space Week celebration by all the three centers of ISRO located in Trivandrum. Let me also join with all of you in once again welcoming our chief guest, V.P. Joy, who is well known to us for this very, very important function. As it was told, World Space Week is celebrated from 1999. And this year's theme, it is a very, very apt and important theme, Women in Space. I consider women as an integral part of the space team, be it ISRO in India or elsewhere in the world. It has been long 6 decades since Valentina Tereshkova made history as the first woman cosmonaut on 16th June 1963, who was flying. And as of now, apart from her, 64 women have been in space, which happens to be only approximately 10% of the total human space travelers. I am sure in the coming years, this percentage will increase and the women will be in par with men, not only in the space travel and as system designers, system developers, ground segment managers, and all the fields of science and engineering. Several women in the worldwide have made their mark in the space. I would like to mention a couple of names. One very interesting name is Chake Mukai. You know, the first Japanese national and also happened to be the first Asian woman who went to space in 1994. I happened to hear her talk. It was in 2013 IAF conference, which happened in China, Beijing. There was a session, I think, a couple of our colleagues were also there. The only women astronauts they were asked to address. And what attracted me was, I think her date of birth, if my memory is correct, it was 1952. And at the age of 42, she became the woman who traveled to space. When she was doing her +2 education and along with her parents, when she went to the market, she came to know about the human spaceflight program through advertisement or through a newspaper clipping. And somehow she was excited and she wanted to go. But when she looked, she was only a +2 student. There was no program in Japan, about the human spaceflight program. And then when she looked, there was no opportunity in that time frame. But she decided one thing. There will be a day she will get the opportunity. She decided to prepare herself from that moment onwards. And almost after 25 years, she completed her MBBS, completed her post-graduation in medicine, and she was working. One day there was an advertisement, and for an astronaut, that too with a medical background. She made use of that. You please see how a woman at the age of 18 is keeping a target and working towards that and achieving. This is what attracted me. And of course, to name, we have also to our credit the Indian-born women astronauts Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams, and most recently, Sirisa Bandla. And today, if you see the NASA as an organization, I understand almost 30% NASA engineers are women. And as Somnath sir told, in ISRO the numbers are not so much, but not bad, 20%. But surely in the coming years, it is going to increase. Now, if you look at the type of people who have landed on the moon, till today, there are 12 human beings who have landed. But there is no woman. It is going to be history when NASA is going to land, when USA is going to land the first woman in the year 2024 on moon surface. And coming to our credit, ISRO is also really encouraging the women folk. And our Chandrayaan-2 program was ably handled by 2 women engineers, Mrs. Vinida as project director and Mrs. Ritu as mission director. They were really doing outstanding job. Today, the role as director of ADRIN, director of Gaganyaan program office, JIS personnel, controller of LPSC, deputy director of SRQA VSSC, program director of STS, and many more have been very well in an excellent way managed by our women colleagues, which shows the credit goes to male members also, because you are given enough opportunity to perform, and you are also performing extremely well. When we look at globally, from the launch of the first artificial satellite on 4th October 1957, during the last 64 years, it is really marvelous achievement. Almost 11,139 spacecrafts are launched by 40 countries for improving the quality of man, quality of human being, providing entertainment, excitement, enhancing safety, and so on. as Indians, we also can be extremely proud for our small contribution. Even though we started almost 50 to 60 years later compared to the advanced spacefaring nations, today, to our credit, we are having 53 spacecrafts in the orbit doing extremely well and doing the service to the country. And as space transportation system people, we also developed 5 generations of launch vehicles. And in the coming years, there are great challenges in front of us. We are going to have the Aditya mission, Chandrayaan 3 mission, Gaganyaan mission, and so many application-oriented satellites. As part of the Space Week, we are organizing this very, very important function, rather outreach activities are well organized by the organizing committee. Let me compliment the team for the excellent work what you are doing. Amid COVID pandemic, really, I will say, all the people from 3 units and rather the LPSC, VSSC and IASU, well organized way the program is organized. I request the youngsters who are hearing this, the students, to make use of these opportunities, generate scientific temper, and develop new technologies, convert them into missions of national importance, and make our tricolor fly very, very high. Let me once again thank the Chief Secretary, Dr. V.P. Joy, for participating and inaugurating this event. Let me also congratulate all the organizers for doing the wonderful job and request the younger generation to actively participate and follow our program and wish all success for this Space Week celebration 2021. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Dr. D. Sam Dayaladev, Director, ISRO Inertial Systems Unit, is a distinguished scientist who has always been a source of inspiration for all of us. Under his leadership, the inertial systems activity is soaring high with advanced systems of exceptional reliability and accuracy. May I now request Dr. D. Sam Dayaladev to offer his felicitations.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you. Respected Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, Chief Secretary of Kerala. Respected Director VSSC, Sri S. Somnath. Director LPSC, Dr. V. Narayanan. Dr. Biju Jacob, Chief Controller VSSC, Dr. Geeta. Program Director and Chairperson, Sri N. Vinod. And MC members of VSSC, LPSC, IASU, ladies and gentlemen, and children watching from in virtual mode. A very good morning to all of you again. In fact, every year that space program inauguration, we find this hall filled with curious and energetic, enthusiastic children. I think that is what we are missing this year. In fact, looking at their eyes, they're curious, and that happiness as well as the excitement they feel about, that gives a lot of motivation to personally to me also, because as we conduct this Space Week celebrations, the primary aim, like our space vision of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, it is to serve the common man. It is the society, to excite the society about science. So any society or a nation grows only if there is a scientific temper and there is excitement with the little children who are the future of this country. Therefore, our aim had been to excite. You know, during Chandrayaan 1 mission, India, actually there is a revolution of excitement, and the whole, not only the young, the old alike, were excited about science, as well as, you know, the scientific temper with respect to the Mangalyaan mission, as well as now all future with respect to the Gaganyaan also. We are going to have an exciting days ahead. So in this way, see, if you look at the space program for the last 50, 60, 70 years, see, we would have started much late, but we were almost able to bridge the gap, even though I will not say we have bridged totally. But now once again, the international arena, there is an explosion of growth, or it's a game changer as I think is happening. So now if you really miss that excitement, all the growth is not in par or excel the international scenario, we will be once again left far behind. What we gained over the years, and we are almost bridge the gap, soon it may widen unless there is this country rises up. So that means therefore the scientific timber, it is not only just for the space, even for the space program to grow, the general science timber and the technology has to be very high. So towards that, motivating, definitely this week celebrations will help a lot. And this year theme in primarily women in space. So when most of us, when you look at it, women, we will have a tendency to look at the astronauts who have achieved or made their presence felt in the space arena. But what I would say is the real contribution of our young scientists, women scientists and technicians and human manpower who are enabling us to do this activity in this country. So if you look, I was just looking through, in particular IASU, out of our total manpower, nearly 54 or 60% is engineers or scientists, and out of that almost 50%, 40 and above percent is women scientists. So it is a great, I felt very great about it, but overall of course it settles to this 22-23% only. So already we have, our women scientists are doing excellently well, and you know, Director LPSC mentioned about the women who had participated in the or led the very challenging missions like Chandrayaan. In fact, I have seen personally when your Chandrayaan 1 or Mangalyaan mission or the Chandrayaan during the 24 hours of activity in ISRAC, I have seen this personally during whole time, during a 24-hour service, most of the personnel are women. I think there is more than 50-60% is women, and enduring and taking up more challenges. They don't leave anything to chance, and that is the type of women participation, women power in ISRO. And even though the percentage doesn't really reflect, but on such occasions we have seen the might of our women. So the message we want to convey to these children as well as to the society about the role. So maybe even in Kerala, this may not, I mean, already women are empowered, or with respect to the knowledge base, etc., women are excelling. So throughout India, we need to really convey a message of this young little girl children, and their what the country expects or what the society expects from them. So the type of participation from girl children. So last week I had the opportunity to inaugurate the painting competition on this, the color the space. So the type of enthusiasm what was seen is really great, and I was told the type of painting or the innovations or the thought process, that's so totally different thought process the children are having. It really it excites, and the excitement among the children also is a great inspiration for conducting these programs, because usually other years, I think around October and all, we will be hard pressed our own project schedules, etc. At the same time, our engineers will have to focus on organizing this activity, but we consider as it's worth stretching or burning the midnight oil to enable the children to participate and enrich their knowledge or their emotions, because they get motivated by participating in this, and their future also, there is a great enthusiasm in science education. So overall, this year celebration also, I am very sure that very detailing by Dr. S. Geeta under her leadership, very detailed programs have been worked out, and it will all come out as a great success. and there is enthusiasm from children and girl children in particular, and the society at large. So once again, I wish all the very best for the organizers to successfully conduct this program, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Biju Jacob, IA and AS, is Chief Controller of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. He has held different portfolios in various capacities, not only in India, but several other countries too. May I invite Dr. Biju Jacob to offer his felicitations.
Guest of honor, Honorable Chief Secretary, Dr. VP Joy sir, Honorable VSSC Director Somnath sir, Shyam Dayal Dev sir, LPSC Director Narayan sir, all the Deputy Directors, my colleagues who are present here, as well as those who are seeing this in the online mode, and the people who are to visualize it later, the recordings, a very good morning to all of you. I think in tune with the theme for this year, that is Women in Space, our director has very carefully selected a lady as the chairperson of the organizing committee, and they have done a wonderful job. Let me use this opportunity and let us all appreciate with a small clap with the director, the organizing committee, and all the members who have done a wonderful job for organizing this work. So what is the message of Space Week? Geeta madam said it is a celebration of science. But before, what I consider as the message, I don't know how many of you have observed. Surely the scientific community would have observed. But despite the COVID, 2021 has been a milestone year in the field of space program, because it brought space program to the realm of common man. So what was that? Before I narrate that, I will say it is going to create two impacts. Number one, nowadays we see advertisements coming in the paper saying 5 days tour to US, 1,50,000 per person. 7 weeks European tour, 2,50,000. I'm sure shortly these type of advertisements are coming. Diwali package to space, 1,50,000 per person. Number one. And once that is coming, all the central government employees like all of us, we are going to raise a demand to Government of India. LTC rules should be changed so that rocket travel also should be permitted. And one of the destinations for travel should be outer space. Believe me, this is going to happen very shortly. Why? Because of two developments. Because in between the COVID and the lockdown, Elon Musk and his company and Jeff Bezos and his Blue Origin took four amateurs each. 8 amateurs who had no experience in space were taken on short visit to space and brought back. And one of them whom SpaceX took was a person who had a hip prosthesis with him. One of the ladies who went with Jeff Bezos' team was the oldest lady, 82-year-old Valley Funk. So previously what was in the realm of scientific community and scientific experiments has come to the realm of common man and to the realm of pleasure travel. That is going to happen. That is what happened while the world was struck down during this lockdown. I am sure much more development would have happened scientific realm, which I am not very aware. So, what is the message of Space Week? It is a celebration of science. See, all of you are doing a lot of research and a lot of things in the space. But space research is different from any other development in technology, whether it is in medicine, whether it is in engineering, all other things. Why? all the technological developments had come up because of a human need to solve a human problem. But space technology was not to solve a human problem. It was basically, it all came from a dream. The dream of flying high, the dream of traveling to stars, the dream which didn't have a purpose at that time. Later it was used to solve human problems. When Vikram Sarabhai dreamt of Indians flying, India was a poor country and our primary need was feeding the poor Indians. When that old lady who flew with Jeff Bezos' Valley Funk, she dreamt of flying in the 1961 in her 20s. She was an Air Force pilot. She was a flight trainer. She was one of the people who were selected for the US program for women in space, but that didn't materialize. But that dream materialized for her after 60 years in 2021 at the age of 82. That is the beauty of dream. To dream, it need not be relevant or it need not be based on any practicality. You can dream for anything. And that is the success of space program across the world. That is the success of space program everywhere and in the individual lives also. So what does this dream capacity indicate? When we are students of biology in the school classes, we also classify human beings as an animal with a genus name and a species name, Homo sapiens. And we find a lot of commonality between animals and human being because we also eat, we also sleep, we also defend, and we also mate. Eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. But never in the history of the world, or never an animal was able to dream or reach a higher realm like what we are doing. So any scientific progress shows that man is much more than eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. It happens at a higher realm. India was always in the top of the world because Indian philosophy recognized the superiority of the human mind compared to animals. And whenever India was superior, and whenever India recognized this superiority, India was leading the world, not only in spirituality but also in technology. But unfortunately, in the scientific progress, we forget this, and many a time our link with this spiritual connection is very tenuous. Let me conclude with a small incident, which is hilarious incident, which is said about Yuri Gagarin, the first person who went to space. When Yuri Gagarin went to space, he was the first person. But more than Yuri Gagarin, two people were more upset. One was the Russian president. This is a story. Please bear with me. Second was the Pope. So when Yuri Gagarin returned from space, there was a dinner hosted by the USSR president. And after that meeting, there was a private audience with Yuri Gagarin. So President asked Yuri Gagarin, Gagarin, tell me, while you were in the space, did you meet God? Gagarin said, sir, I didn't directly meet God, but I could see His glory, His everything there. Gagarin said, yes, I was also sure God is there, but we can't tell it in public because we run an atheist country, so keep it quiet, don't share with anyone. After a few weeks, he had an invitation from Pope. So Pope, after the dinner, Pope also had a private audience with Gagarin. So Pope called Gagarin and said, Gagarin, please tell me very confidentially, did you happen to see God in the space? Gagarin said, Holy Father, very sorry to tell you, I couldn't find any trace of God in the space. Pope said, even I was also very sure there is no God, but I can't tell it to anyone because my empire, if God is not there, my empire is going to collapse. Most of the time, although it appears a hilarious story, because we fail to understand our higher goal and higher ideal, which is helping us to dream and which help us to elevate over and above the animals than sleeping, mating, eating, and defending, is this higher realm. The progress of science is the progress of the higher consciousness and the higher realms into which human mind can venture. That is the establishment of the divinity which is inherent in man. That is what Indian philosophy taught us, and that is what put India at the top of the world across the countries. And unless and until we develop it, the technology bereft of its spiritual aspect is going to create chaos and confusion and fight in the country. So science, Space Week is a celebration of the science, and science is a celebration of the higher consciousness and the divinity which is inherent in man. That is what I feel from this Space Week. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I invite Srimati Jayashree A., Head Advanced Modeling Division, LPSC, to introduce our distinguished speaker.
Good morning, all. It's my proud privilege to present our esteemed guest who is here to give us her special address. Professor Pascale Ehrenfreund needs no introduction to an audience like this. She is one of the most prominent space scientists in the world today. I am especially proud that she is a woman scientist, and the theme of WSW 2021 is Women in Space. Professor Pascale Ehrenfreund is the president of the International Space University ISU and the president of the International Astronautical Federation IAF. She is also research professor of space policy and international affairs at the Space Policy Institute, George Washington University in Washington, D.C. Since 3 decades, she contributed as principal investigator, co-investigator, and team leader to ESA and NASA astronomy and planetary missions, as well as experiments in low Earth orbit and on the International Space Station. Professor Ehrenfreund was the chair of the executive board of the German Aerospace Center DLR between 2015 to 2020 and the president of the Austrian Science Fund FWF from 2013 to 2015. Professor Ehrenfreund holds a master's degree in molecular biology, a PhD in astrophysics, and a master's degree in management and leadership. The asteroid 9826 Ehrenfreund 2114T3 bears her name. Thank you and good day to all.
Shall we all listen to a recorded special address by Professor Pascale Ehrenfreund?
Dear participants, I'm Pascale Ehrenfreund, an astrophysicist, and I'm the president of the International Astronautical Federation and the president of the International Space University. Thank you very much for the invitation to join and participate to the World Space Week 2021 celebration at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Today, we rely increasingly on space assets for our economy and many other aspects of our everyday life. Space is a key to a better understanding of our planet Earth, climate change, and for supporting the world's overall socio-economic development in the years to come. The evolving space economy with new and emerging space countries is developing a vibrant commercial and public space sector with unprecedented entrepreneurial leadership and private investment, offering students and professionals exciting future perspectives in the space sector. So when we look at the development of the space sector, we can recognize how space applications are part of our daily lives. And we also see that space contributes to all of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So science, technology, and innovation are essential means to reach and implement the Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations. So I want to share some slides with you concerning the exploration of our solar system, a very exciting time, and it is also my background. So, exploring the planets and moons in our solar system is a very exciting endeavor because it gives us a glimpse in our own origins, but also into the history of our solar system. So the most promising object to search for life in the solar system beyond Earth is certainly our neighbor planet Mars. But also when we look into the outer solar system and we look at moons of Jupiter and Saturn, many of them might harbor internal oceans and might be very interesting habitable environment, such as the moon Europa, Enceladus, or Titan. So when we look a little bit closer into the region of our planet Earth, we see that Earth is really in a very, very special region in our solar system. We call it the habitable zone, where we find favorable conditions for life. And what is exciting right now is that there is a fleet of robotic missions which are targeting planets and moons in order to explore their surface and atmosphere, but also to assess their habitability and to search for biosignatures of simple extraterrestrial microbes beyond Earth. We should not forget that Earth is really an extraordinary planet. It is unique, and it is our duty to protect it and our environment. So when we look at the many missions and endeavors which are planned, space exploration is a very vibrant field. When we are looking at the moon, there are many different endeavors, starting with the Artemis mission of NASA, which will start already this year with Artemis 1 mission. This mission will bring astronauts to the moon in the near future, and at the moment we'll really also look at surface operations and studying the surface of the moon. And we have many different Mars missions, which are also in the planning. Among them is a Mars sample return mission, which will take probably a decade, but it would give us the possibility to return samples from Mars to Earth laboratories to be measured with high resolution instrumentation. We also want to study asteroids, their composition, and see how dangerous they are actually for our Earth environment. We want to look into the outer solar system and even beyond the solar system, looking at exoplanets. More than 4,700 exoplanets have been recently identified. And of course, we also want to look into the low Earth orbit. There are still exciting experiments on the International Space Station. And when we look in the future, we might have commercial, smaller space stations in about 10 years from now. So this vibrant space exploration field requires that we have a lot of young professionals, students, and engineers, which are helping to develop advanced and innovative technologies. And here I can just mention a few. We have to build habitats. We have to build many different types of landers, drills, life support system for future human exploration, and a technology which is tested already now is in situ resource utilization, where we are trying to use materials on the planetary body in order to survive or in order to build habitats and to explore the surface. So these are really exciting times. We need an enthusiastic young generations, and in particular, a lot of women which are joining the space sector. So I'm stopping to share, and I want a little bit to continue about the International Astronautical Federation. The International Astronautical Federation was created as a platform for global actors, and with more than 400 member organizations across 71 countries, including all leading space agencies, industries, societies, universities, and research institutes worldwide, the International Astronautical Federation is actively supporting space activities and raising space awareness. So our mission is to share knowledge, to promote international cooperation, and to prepare the workforce of tomorrow. So gender diversity in the space sector really warrants progress. We still have a shortfall of students, and in particular women, studying STEM subjects, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So I want to encourage all young people, and in particular women, to be self-confident and understand that science and engineering strongly contributes to innovation, which will define the future and what we actually offer the next generation. And women have to play an important role in this development, in particular in the space sector. So the International Astronautical Federation has focused over the past years on numerous diversity activities and created the 3G Diversity Initiative, standing for Geography, Generation, and Gender. And this 3G initiative provides a framework for an intensive and open exchange on diversity and equality aspects, including networking events, mentoring, social events, and award ceremonies. So we really want to improve gender equality by encouraging the young generation of the female space sector. And the International Astronautical Federation also provides an international platform to connect gender diversity organizations from different countries, such as Women in Aerospace, which exists in Europe, in Canada, in Africa, in Japan, and the network Space for Women from the United Nations. So in particular, the Women in Aerospace tries to increase the leadership capabilities and visibility of women in the aerospace community. And Space for Women is a project of the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs that promotes women's empowerment in space. So we have seen several successful space tourism missions just recently of Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin. And we just witnessed the return of 4 people from the Inspiration 4 crew aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. And there are many bold visions for the future, such as space hotels, making humanity a multi-planet species, or free-floating space colonies. So for all these endeavors, we need more students, and in particular female students, being enthusiastic to study science and engineering, and that actually want to pursue a research or engineering career in the space sector. At the International Space University, we develop the next generation of space professionals and leaders through interdisciplinary, international, and intercultural educational programs. So we really need a stellar workforce and many women for the vibrant space sector that support the global space economy. And I hope that you will join this future space workforce. Thank you very much.
Let us place on record our sincere appreciation to Professor Pascale Ehrenfreund for sparing her valuable time to honor our request and addressing us today. Shri V.T. Robin, convener of the Steering Committee for World Space Week 2021, has left no stone unturned for bewittingly organizing the various events as part of World Space Week. I request her to extend the vote of thanks.
Most respected Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy IAS, Director VSSC, LPSC, IISU, Chief Controller VSSC, Dr. S. Geeta, Sri N. Vinod Kumar,
dignitaries on and off the dais, and all of you who have joined to watch the program live, a very good morning to all of you. We are coming to the conclusion of the inaugural function, but allow me to remind you that this is the beginning of a wonderful and exciting week, much more colorful and captivating than all previous editions of the World Space Week celebration. I am extremely delighted and thankful for this opportunity, offering vote of thanks to all. First, let us place on record our sincere gratitude to Dr. Joy Varil IAS, Chief Secretary Kerala, for sparing his valuable time to be with us and for his inspiring words of wisdom. Thank you, sir, on behalf of the World Space Week Steering Committee and on my personal behalf. Next, let me express my most sincere appreciation to Professor Pascal Ehrenfreund, President, International Astronautical Federation and International Space University. She kindly accepted our invitation and not only sent a message, but also took pain to refine it to perfection, which we all listened with rapt attention. Thank you, Professor, for your kind gesture. Accept our big thanks for your inspiring address. Director VSSC Sri S. Somnath has been our pillar of strength. He guided us in each step with concrete suggestions, and the entire week's program has his vision and expertise embedded. I thank you, sir, for being with us as always and for your exciting presidential address. Dr. V. Narayanan, Director LPSC, was very forthcoming and full of support, guidance and encouragement in the conduct of World Space Week 2021. From the bottom of our heart, we are proud to say a big thank you to you, sir, for all that you have done for the WSW team and for finding time to be amongst us despite your busy schedule. Dr. D. Sam Dayal Dev, Director IASU, is our patron and mentor par excellence. He spares no effort to see that the World Space Week events are conducted with all the grandeur it deserves. Sir has always been with us in conceptualization and realization of the various programs. Thank you, sir, for your support and for your presence here today. Dr. Biju Jacob, IA&AS, Chief Controller, VSSC. Dr. S. Geeta, Program Director, STS, and Chairperson, World Space Week Steering Committee 2021. Sri Vinod Kumar, Deputy Director, VSSC, MSA Entity, and Vice Chairman of World Space Week Steering Committee have been the people who virtually are the persons behind the World Space Week celebrations. WSW 2021 has been organized as a mega event with a lot of competition to the students and to the employees, outreach lectures targeting school children, and informative sessions to the common public also. The registered people across various events have crossed 75,000, with many more to join virtually, watching and enjoying the events in online platforms and in the television channels. Thank you, sirs and madam. Let me also thank the compeer, Ms. Jimmy Rachel George, for perfectly anchoring this ceremony. An event of this nature, content and extent is made possible only by the tireless and dedicated efforts of many. Let me offer my thanks to all the steering committee and functional committee members of World Space Week 2021, JZM representatives, teams from TTDG, NTSG, Medical, Transport, Canteen, CASF, and all who are watching this program online, and all others whom I might have missed, who are making sure that World Space Week 2021 will be the most remarkable event as yet. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Today, the world sees women at the forefront of cutting-edge technology. They are no longer hidden behind the background and guiding men to success. They are now leaders guiding humanity to excellence. Let us celebrate World Space Week and at the same time acknowledge the contribution of women to it. Wishing all of you a very happy and meaningful World Space Week. Thank you.